This video is brought to you by the Wonderful 101, exclusively on Wii U.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Greg Miller, alongside Mr. Multi-Platform Ryan McCaffrey. Give her there.
Good to see you, my friend. I feel underdressed for this
I'm
video.
I'm hot off the set of Up at Noon, the #1 talk show on IGN if you don't count GameScoop. Anyways, Ryan.
It's funny you mentioned multi-platform.
It is indeed. I had to have Vince Incognito, this new guy for IGN, come over here and talk me off the ledge about trying to cancel my Xbox One pre-order.
Yeah, and then I saw that video on IGN and went, well, that's kind of interesting because I've genuinely been having the same thoughts about PS4. I'm gonna buy one eventually. Let me make that super clear up front. I have both systems pre-ordered. I've been an Xbox guy. That's where all my friends are. That's where all my achievements are. I'm comfortable and happy in that ecosystem. But man, PS4, hell of a system, looking great, very powerful, a lot of great looking games. But I'm just wondering if I should jump in day one or hop in later, because I don't know, none of the launch lineup games or the day one games are really jumping out at me.
Except DC Universe Online, of course.
Well, of course.
See, we're the mirror image of each other, right? In the way that I have them both pre-ordered too, and I know I'm going to buy an Xbox One, but is Dead Rising 3 enough for me on day one?
Yeah.
That's the question. And so let's go, because with a big part of my video, right, was not only Vince talking me off the ledge, but then letting viewers tell me why I should too. And they raise good points for us specifically. We are in the industry. We should probably own both things, so we have something to say.
If only Steve would let us write off each one.
I thought it was hilarious how many people in the comments were like, "Well, IGN pays for your systems, right?"
No, no. Well, we need $1,000+ here each.
Exactly.
To make this stuff happen.
But I feel better about doing it now. This is my big thing.
You got to plan for it.
Exactly. And even though I don't know how many games I'll be gaming on the Xbox One when I do it, I do want that experience to be able to talk to everybody about what's happening in it, what is the ecosystem.
Exactly.
PlayStation 4, I think you're in a good spot too, because we always talk about it comes down to exclusives, right?
Yes.
And so like for Xbox One, I'm talking Dead Rising 3 and Peggle 2.
Right.
Over on PlayStation 4, it gets a little bit more murky if you're not into the indie stuff.
See, and that's the point I was just going to make. Was I saw a lot of cool indie stuff at the Gamescom press conference for Sony. In particular, the one that jumped out at me the most was Rime. That game, I love that developer. The game looks fantastic. And then they just went through all these indie exclusives, which I guess are also coming from PC to PC from their wording, which is the same thing as half the Xbox One games are also coming to PC, like Titanfall is coming to PC. But I got to thinking, like, do I really want to spend, with tax, $460 whatever, no, I guess $430, $440 on a day one PlayStation 4 for indie titles? And that's not to talk down to indie titles,
not at all.
But those are games that are probably not going to be pushing the PlayStation 4 hardware to the limit the way stuff like Killzone will, and maybe.
So are you not interested in Killzone?
It's I've tried it a bit here and there on PS3, and it's just never. It's never moved the needle for me. I don't dislike it, but I've never been interested enough to finish one of them and to really dive into one of them.
Yeah, for me, Killzone 2 was the only one that ever hit, and I was like, this is awesome. And I played multiplayer nonstop for it. And then Killzone 3, I was like, no. But Shadowfall looks interesting, right, because it's different. It's not the brown palette. It's not back to Beyond Helgen.
And that might be why, that difference might be why I want to play this one.
And you're a big multiplayer fan.
Definitely.
And that's one of the cool things with Killzone, right, is the fact that now Shadowfall has this whole thing of war zones, right, where it's done away with XP, and it's all about going through, making these custom battles and going out and playing them with your friends and seeing it.
And then the game I'm probably most interested in, even though we haven't seen much of it, just conceptually, The Order. 1886 looks fantastic, but again, not a day one launch game.
It's like Titanfall for me, right? Where it's like, I really want to play that game, that's why I'll buy the system, but when's it coming?
You know, I'm just not sure where I stand here, you know, Greg. I mean, the system, as you pointed out in the Xbox One video, these things aren't going to drop in price anytime soon. Who knows about hardware availability? I've got a pre-order. Maybe I should just keep it, because then I'm not like, then if I want one in 2 months, but there are major shortages, which is exactly what happened with the Xbox 360. You couldn't find an Xbox 360, and the Wii too, back at the time as well, 2006. You couldn't find one, so Yeah, I'm going back and forth because it's a big investment.
I want to pull you in like the viewers did and Vince did. I think you should keep your pre-order for PS4. I'm keeping mine for Xbox One.
Yeah.
I want to be able to talk on day one about these different ecosystems.
That's true.
And then, like you're saying, it's one in the hand is worth two in the bush.
That's true.
You could sit here and hope for that there's going to be this awesome Infamous bundle. I could sit here and hope for an awesome Titanfall bundle.
Yeah.
But what we're saying is there is a shortage. So you don't have this. We need to be able to talk about this stuff, Ryan.
The only other thing that gives me a little bit of pause is, because we've seen it time and again over the years, the hardware will get better as time goes on. The crappiest PlayStation 4 that will ever be made will be the launch PlayStation 4. Just like the worst Xbox Ones that will ever be made will be the launch Xbox One. So that also does give me pause, especially after, I'm not saying, Sony's never had a hardware problem along the lines
like
of
Red
Ring of Death, but
it's
still, it's like this is a major piece of electronics that I'm invested a lot of money in, and I don't want to go through that if I could just as soon buy one later that's maybe a later revision, even if it's the same amount of money, that's going to be a little more reliable for me. So it's tough. I want to keep the pre-order, but I'm still just wrestling in my head a little bit because it's between the two of them. You're looking at well over $1,000 bucks.
Totally. I know. Between
tax.
Luckily,
and
I don't
games.
care. I just waste my money. I make bad monetary decisions.
That's why you're dressed so well.
I know.
Clearly,
Right? These are my only
afford.
clothes. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Why should or why shouldn't Ryan keep his PlayStation 4 pre-order? You've heard my case. Let him know in the comments.
Help me.
Yeah, you want to keep it. Vince
do
convinced
want
me to keep mine. You should keep yours.
I'm leaning over the fence. Just push me over.
All right.
A nice gentle nudge.
It's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, keep everything here on IGN for next gen goodness.